So software to help a magician perform a trick.
Right.
So
that's the best way
it's
to
not,
put it.
It's not just instructional, but we provide the magician with tools.
Hello and welcome to another interview. Today I have Mark Kerstien. Nice to meet you and thank you for doing this.
All right.
So let's find out a little bit about Mark. How long have you been into magic and what got you started into it?
Magic set when I was a kid, which seems to be one of the most popular stories that people have. And what got me into magic, and what was the other bit?
How long have you been doing it?
It's a good start already, isn't it?
Yeah,
I've forgotten the two-part question that you gave me. I've been doing it since I was 4. So I was 4 years old. Parents bought me there's a Paul Daniels magic set.
Okay.
Yeah, but I don't know if you can easily say that. It's like, you know, because at 4 I was obviously just doing very basic things. But I wanted to be a magician when I was 4 years old.
Okay. Cool. So 4, and then you've been with magic sets, and then you started off in your teens. Did you? Is magic, because magic's not your full-time job, obviously.
But it kind of is now. Yeah.
With the consultancy work.
Everything I do now is magic related, but so it hasn't always been.
Okay. So we'll talk about that, because what I want to talk about you, what's so unique about you, and I always said this: if I ever had my own TV show, he'll be one of my consultants, because you consulting for a lot of famous magicians. Do you mind telling us who you're consulting for at the moment?
At the moment, not very much. I suppose the most I've done some bits for David Blaine, which is probably one of the bigger names.
Yeah.
I've done little bits for other people. I did quite a lot with Troy when he was on TV.
Right.
Prime time here.
Yeah.
And then little bits for other people. Those are probably the two main bits of work I've done. I did some stuff for Darren, but it wasn't really magic related, and yeah.
So that's a lot of behind the scenes, though. Do you ever want to be in front of the camera, or do you prefer being behind the camera?
No, I've got. I mean, I'm not actively against the idea, but I've got no real drive or interest.
So you wouldn't ever do shows like BGT or something like that?
No.
Okay, that's not your thing. Now, in terms of what you do with behind the scenes, there's something very specific about you that is, I don't know what the term really, but it's to do with, that's one of the things. But the other thing is, it's to do with computers and programming and apps. And am I right by saying that? Because I really don't know. I know nothing about this side of technology magic. Is there something that you can share with us about what that is? What kind of magic that is?
So I'm primarily interested in mentalism, software-based mentalism, I would say. So I make apps for magicians. So I either for general sale by myself, or for use by one particular magician, or for sale by a particular magician. But either way, a bit of software for another magician to sell, to use to perform. Yeah. So something like it's tricky to say that.
Let's not give away any names of apps, just because this is a YouTube and I don't want this stuff going out. But basically, you design apps for
so software to help a magician perform a trick.
Right. So that's the best way.
It's not just instructional, but we provide the magician with tools. So now these days we carry around really complicated bits of hardware, and obviously that hardware is capable of doing lots of different things. So repurpose, like just every app kind of makes your phone into something else. An app can make a phone into a tool that a magician can use to perform a trick.
That's a good way to put it. So how did you get into this kind of, was technology always what you wanted to do?
No, but I think the marriage kind of works quite well. So
it definitely does, sure.
I think, also particularly for me, so I've always been quite nerdy, and I grew up around computers. My dad is in IT consulting kind of stuff. I did maths at university and worked in kind of IT when I was in for a bank for a little while. So I've always been interested in computers in general. Noel Coulter, a good friend of mine, once said some really good bit of advice, which he said the best thing he thinks someone could do for magic, for themselves, if they wanted to do something, is merge two things together and maybe bring two skills of their own. So yourself, you're really great at juggling, really great at magic, and merging the two things works really, really well for you.
Yeah, I think so.
I think that's a pretty good rule for a lot of people. When you see some people do magic, and if you think they're good, normally it might be because of that kind of reason. They might have been able to merge two skills that they've got.
In fact, I'm going to cut you off there a second, because I want to tell you all about something. Now, Mark was performing with me. When did we do this? The Christmas shows in 2016.
Here, you mean?
Yeah, at the Magic Circle.
Yeah.
Because I remember we were on the same bill. We were the close-up magicians performing at a Christmas show. I think it was some sort of show where a lot of people were coming around, and he was blowing people's minds.
Oh, no.
I mean, I was doing my magic was nothing compared to what he was doing. So if you ever get a chance to watch him, it's unbelievable. The stuff is magic. That's all I'm going to say. It's magic. You can't figure it out. And people were like, "Oh, do you do stuff with your phones?" And I was like, "He's the man. He's the man right there. Speak to him. He'll wow your mind."
Very kind.
So you're so creative when it comes to that. And whenever people talk about app magic and that sort of thing with phones, your name comes up. So I'm guessing you've got a long career in front of you.
You know, it's like magic is a niche in the grand scheme of things, and
yeah,
I think what I'm doing is like a niche within a niche. Like it's so bespoke, and I learnt software development by doing it. I never knew. It's not like another skill I kind of had. It's just it's something I learnt. So my first app I made was for Angelo Carbone.
Right. Okay.
A product which he used to sell, or still I think still does sell. And I learned by doing that. So it's not an easy thing, which is probably why not loads of people do it.
Yeah.
And I think you have to be quite. You have to have a good amount of magic knowledge. Not the world's greatest amount of magic knowledge, not but a good amount of magic knowledge and a good amount of tech knowledge to merge the two together.
Yeah. So where can people watch you, and where can people find out more about you? I'm going to leave your Instagram details and your website and stuff below in the video.
Oh, hey, that's very kind.
But if someone wants to get in touch with you, let's say someone you watching out there have got this big TV. Well, maybe the other guys there.
Yeah. I see.
And if you're watching this and you go, do you know what? I've got this big thing on TV right now, and I'm in Asia or some country, and you want to get in touch with Mark about his stuff. Where can they see you? Just to your website?
Yeah, I have a website. I don't really have many videos and stuff. I like, my outlet is very minimal.
Get in touch with you.
A website, Twitter. I get messages on Twitter sometimes, and I've got Instagram if people like the terrible photos I take.
Amazing, excellent. Well, thank you for doing this.
Thanks for talking to me.
My pleasure. And thank you for watching this video too. And if you like this, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you guys next time.
Great.
Bye bye.
Thanks for coming out.
Thank you.